We're joined today by Craig Turner with StoneX. Craig, as we talk about some of the, I want to say, other factors influencing the agricultural markets right now, inflation and input costs seem to be kind of the biggest topic of conversation. Where's your take on where we're headed with those?
Yeah, they are. I'm on the phone all day, and I'd say those are some of the biggest questions I get, or just at least concerns. You take a look at inflation from input costs, whether it be natural gas and what's going on with fertilizer. On that side of it, it's not even just the cost that some people are concerned about. A little bit, it's the availability. I mean, if things get really tight in Europe, around the world, they're just concerned they might not be able to get as enough as possible. So that's an interesting one. In terms of inflation on and also the supply chain. And I think that kind of hinders things too. When it comes to into margins, and you take a look at cost per acre, costs are going to go up for corn. So you take a look at, are we going to get 94 million acres of corn? I mean, certainly 90 million acres seems in the cards, but if you look at those fringe areas, whether it be, people are making decisions in cotton or corn in Texas, or are we going to be doing more corn up north or in the, the far western part of the Corn Belt? I don't think we will be. I think they'll see a lot better alternatives. So I wouldn't be surprised if instead of we were thinking 93, 94 corn and 87 beans, would not be shocked when we finally get to it. It's closer to 90 and 90, which would suggest that corn was a little undervalued when we were at $5 a couple of weeks ago, and helps explain a little bit of this recent rally as we've gone up to about 585. Even just this week. Same, with soybeans though, if we do go up to 90 million acres and you start to look at carryouts for 2022, you can make the suggestion that could have a tough time rallying, past 13 if we're going to be thinking 90 million acres of soybeans, especially when you take a look at how South American weather has started. So those kind of input decisions on acres and margins and availability, and also the inflation of some of these input costs, could have a real impact on 22 corn and soybean production.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's going to be something that we'll obviously be keeping an eye on and reporting on. Appreciate your insights as always. Thank you so much for being here, Craig. We'll be back with more Ag Day coming up in just a minute.
To contact Craig or listen to his podcast, go to turnerstake.com.